talks about this. People really should talk about this, but your scalp is going to itch, like real bad itch. Like it's really gonna itch and you can't scratch it. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is T, and for today's video I'm going to be talking about why I got starter locks, how it's been going for me, and have I noticed any spiritual or internal change since having them. So today is February 8th and I got starter locks on December 16th, so I'm 1 month and a little bit more than that. So over here on the screen I'm just going to insert photos. These photos, they are not taken on December 16th. They're actually taken on like the 17th, 18th, or 19th. And it's just because initially when I had gotten the starter locks, I just did not like how it looked. It wasn't the shrinkage for me, because shrinkage, regardless, is real. I was prepared for that. It was just how thin they looked. I was thinking because I have some of the thickest natural hair that, you know, even though my sizing is medium, I expected for my hair to be really thick twist. I didn't expect for it to look so thin, so that caught me off guard initially. But ultimately, I got starter locks because I've been talking about getting locks for years, and I decided to stop stalling it. My reason why I didn't want it is because I felt like I was always doing stuff to my hair. I was always doing styles of my loose natural hair. I was always putting protective styles in, like box braids, passion twists, and I really liked doing that. And I just felt like with locks, I wasn't gonna have as much options when it came to styling, which is very much so not true. Locks are like one of the most versatile hairstyles that you could actually have, and I didn't know that before. But after doing research, I found that out, and I just, you know, also having talked to a couple of locked women and their experience with it, they kind of convinced me to pretty much do it myself. I remember saying when I initially got the starter locks, my hair just looked really thin to me. Initially, I wasn't feeling that too much, so I just always wore my hair up into some kind of high bun just to keep it up and out of my face. And now, by week 2, I don't know why no one talks about this. People really should talk about this, but your scalp is going to itch, like real bad itch. Like it's really gonna itch and you can't scratch it. Well, you can scratch it, but scratching can lead to breakage. So me personally, I'm not scratching my scalp like that. You know, you gotta beat your head in and try to get the itch. Sometimes you're gonna fail and you're gonna lose because there's just some itches that you gotta get in there and scratch. I'm gonna just be honest about that. So by the time it was like in the middle of week 2, to help with the itchiness, I made this, and I got the recipe from, I'm gonna link her video below, West Indy Ray. It was a lock tonic, so it's just distilled water, aloe vera juice, and rose water, and you can put essential oils inside of it if you want to, but I have been using this and this was a lifesaver. I sprayed it on my hair, I sprayed it on my scalp, and I just noticed the itching really went down when I started spraying it on my scalp. That was like a game changer for me. So I've been sticking with this to moisturize my hair along with some avocado oil. So I literally, for my hair for moisturizing, just use these 2 things right here. Now, spraying water on it, I admit, I feel like has sped up the process for my hair to actually start locking, because yeah, I just noticed it started frizzing up more, started tangling more. One thing I would recommend, I know they say don't wet your hair in the first 2 months, but I'm happy I didn't listen to that. I feel like I've gotten a lot more progress by wetting my hair within the first 2 months, so I do definitely recommend that you do that. I'm just getting up close just so you can see the progress. My hair is extremely frizzy. It is extremely frizzy. As you see, and there's like this little gap in there, but this right here is so tangled that there's like no point in me untwisting this to try to twist it back together. So I don't know if that's budding. I'm not sure, but I feel like that's the piece that's been progressing the most. Initially, like this whole thing, and I'll insert a clip over there or something. This whole thing was like literally out. It was like out, and I was so tempted to just like untwist and then twist it back, but then when I tried to untwist it, it was just so tangled at the bottom that I would have to like literally detangle and comb it out. My hair texture, I've always considered myself to have a 3C4A because the back is just more coily and kinky, as opposed to the front that you'll, you know, in the very front, you'll find my ends have very loose curls, pretty much. Pieces like this, I'm pretty sure is going to have a blunt end, like as far as when it locks up. The front pieces, I can see there's certain pieces that I do not think the ends will lock up. If they do, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine too. I'm just gonna leave it how it is. But yeah, see, this is another piece that has the gap inside of it. Not worried about it. Like if the two ends were separated, I would go ahead and retwist it, but since they're not, I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, because of the frizzies, my hair likes to try to stick together a lot. Okay, here is a good one. Now this one right here. This one looks like it's on its way to bunch actually. And I have had a little bit of bunching as well. So the pieces like that one where you notice, you know, the loops, I just pretty much do this. This is what you see on my head is my first retwist. I went to my loctician to do it. I did not do it myself. I have not wet my scalp since it. I just have been spraying this spray on the ends of my hair, and I'm leaving my scalp just because I want to put as much time as I can before I retwist. Now, to make sure that I prevent certain problems like lint buildup, I always wrap my hair up. When I'm home, my hair is pretty much wrapped inside of a scarf. I don't keep it out much. When I need a retwist, I just wear like those decorative hair ties. I wear it in a nice, cute way, and I bought a couple of them to match with my outfits. Just when I'm not feeling like having my hair out there, or I'm just not liking how it's looking that day, or whatever the case is, I mean, think it's a little too frizzy, I'll just go ahead and put it up. First retwist, I actually had a style in, which I took it out pretty much yesterday, just because styles can kind of hinder the locking process, but I did want the retwist to last as long as possible. It's getting starter locks. I have noticed an internal difference. I'm not going to call it spiritual. Not everyone who gets locks is on some kind of spiritual journey, but I'll say internally as a person, I've just been owning myself and my actions a lot more. Like I just take it. Like, because sometimes as women, we tend to not mention where we went wrong, what our flaws is. I just noticed myself checking myself more, like, okay, I did do that. I did say that. That was wrong. I should never went about it that way. You know, I don't know what it is. I've just been holding myself more accountable. I've just been a lot more self-aware, just more present, and just like, you know, paying attention to my energy, how I'm coming off into the world. And I don't know if it has anything to do with kind of, you know, since my hair is just exposed to the world and I don't have any, like, you know, anything on it. I don't know what the correlation is, but I have noticed an internal difference. I wouldn't necessarily call it spiritual or anything like that. Well, that pretty much concludes this video. If you want to stay on with the Loc Journey and see updates and more videos, do like, share, and subscribe, and go ahead down to the comment section. And, you know, if you're on your own Loc Journey, let me know how many months and far along you are. I would love to have Loc buddies, Loc friends. I'm very interested in that type of thing. So, like, yeah, we're all friends here, and that's pretty much all I have to say. And I will see you all next video.